Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Texas Motor Speedway, this time for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series as we gear up for 101 laps of action and what is the 8th race of the season. My boy Vince Freeze at it again. He's just in the booth every single week, every single race, and you love to see it.
Absolutely. It's good to be consistently here every weekend commentating. Zach, we're at Texas. We saw a great truck race yesterday. Now we're here for Digital Storm. Allison Rain looking for win number 4 in the year. Fitzwater's behind looking for win 2. William Brock's a surprise. Oh, and of course, the race is shorter than last year, and it's not a championship event. That and more as we hit the pre-race starting lineup.
We had 2 races last year. I believe the first race of last year was the same length as this one. We'll get into that more later. But let's get to your starting top 10. Allison Rain on pole. William Brock in second. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Cement Oskin, row 2. Nico Tringali, Zach Flickinger, row 3. Charles Sanford won this race in the fall 2018 race. He's in row 4 with Cole Deaver. And in row 5, Andrew Rich, who won the spring 2018 race with Alexander Rowe to his outside. This is the first week. Dylan Young will not start inside the top 10. He qualified 12th. Vince, please go over our past race winners and our race notes as I go through the rest of the starting order.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be an interesting race here. Like Zach said, in a way, we have 101 laps. And we also have to go or go home. We'll get that in a second, too. 101 lap race. If the race goes green, we could see some drivers making a two-stop by 2018. The pit window is 31:35. Tends to be a clean race. We saw the pit road issues yesterday in trucks. Will Cup have the same thing? Also, a tire fall off of 3 to 4 seconds. Should be interesting with the lines. We talked about yesterday the draft lines. These cars do not draft as much as the trucks, but they will still come into play. Jay Barker won the first 2017 race. 2018, Andrew Rich, he won it on fuel strategy. The second race was Charles Sanford in 18. John R. won in 2019. 2020, Sam and Oskin won the first one. Turner won the second one, but Oskin won the championship that same second race. As far as our go homers, James Ellison, Edwin Justice were top 2 quickest. The rest of the miss were Diego Yepes, Laura Chung, Will Parrish, Derek Hamill, Stephen Colon, Lance Smith Jr., Trey Smith, and Christian Vargas. Mainly all rookies other than Yepes missing. Zach, that's the pre-race notes. Back to you as we hit the command in less than 5 seconds.
Scott Roush finally making his second race on the season. He starts near the back, and Daniel Bouchard making his third race. As always, Vince, you know that race to be top 30 and be locked in week to week heats up more and more. And Kev Shearer, with his first top 10 of the year at Provo, was able to jump straight to 30th in the points. So Kev Shearer locked into this thing here today. And he starts in 16th place. Can Kev continue his upward momentum? He's missed 3 races this year, but if Kev can keep it going, he could find himself potentially higher up in the point standings, and if he were to get to top 25 and get a win, he could make the playoffs like that. But getting ready to go, green flag racing. Cement Oskin starting 4th, won the spring race here a year ago. That would be his only win on the season, and then he went on to win the championship. Can he repeat the first step of that scenario here today? We're about to find out. Pace cars down. We are green. Nobody with issues here in the Cup race on the grid. And already battle for the lead between Rain and Fitzwater. Your winner 2 weeks ago at Denver. And Fitzwater will lead lap 1.
Fitzwater looking to the Texas two-step and I win last week and this week. Sanford's up there. We know he's been consistent. Rich, a lot of heavy hitters in the front. Tringali, going to be a big heavy hitter to have a feeling, Zach.
And I feel like the top side just as always, does not have as much grip in the Cup cars as they do in the Truck Series. And you can see Rain is just getting really tight on exit of turn 4. And if she can't get in line, she will continue losing positions. As you see, William Brock has already lost a ton of spots. They're 3 wide behind. That's Daniel Bouchard, Alexander Rowe, and Zach Flickinger. As it looks like the drivers with more experience might be able to make the outside work there. As you see, Bouchard couldn't get the grip on the bottom. And there's the 9 of Nate Rogers, who won the truck race yesterday. Can he go and sweep the weekend? We haven't seen anybody do that yet this season.
Nate Rogers has the setup notes from the Truck Series. He knows what this track looks like. It's the same conditions in the day, sunny. See if that can transfer over to a win.
And just see, being on the top is just, you're going to the back. William Brock has already fallen outside of the top 10. Same with Zach Flickinger. Dylan Young started 12th, was able to get down to the bottom. He's currently running in 10th. Oskin fell from 4th to 9th. Rain from 1st to 8th, but Rain's about to make her charge back forward as Colt Hudson finds himself in the top 5 behind teammate Andrew Rich. And Charles Sanford has made it to the race lead already, Vince. He won the 2018 fall race here. That was his 2nd career win. He got his 3rd career win a few races ago at Miller Motorsports Park, looking for career win number 4. But Andrew Rich might be looking to get his 2nd win at Texas of his career, and what would be his 13th win all time.
You know, Zach, we documented a couple weeks ago, and I believe the last race, too, Andrew Rich has been struggling on those road courses, and of course Daytona was a wild card in other places. Let's see if he can turn it around, because Denver was a little bit off character for him, not getting the win, but he did have a nice solid run for most of that race.
Andrew Rich comes into this race. If I can find him in the point standings. 15th in the point standings, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s on the year. You mentioned the road courses. He has not been his friend. Sebring, Miller Motorsports Park, Provo, struggling at all of those. You know, and then Daytona, he went flying through the air. But he's starting to get his lane. Once we hit all these intermediates, I really think Andrew's going to start popping off some good races. And right now, he looks like he might be the fastest car on the track. So Sanford leads, Andrews 2nd, Fitzwater 3rd, Nico Tringali having a good run right now in 4th, Seth Cole 5th, Allison Rain 6th, Oskin 7th, Dylan Young 8th, Alexander Rowe up to 9th, and Nate Rogers looking to make it an all-veteran top 10 if he can get by Colt Hudson here for 10th. Let's go.
Seems to be a little bit of a gap forming, Zach, as we go through the field in a second between Rain and Oskin, but Oskin looks to be closing that up. Let's go through the field here.
Cole Diva right there outside the top 10 as well. Zach Flickinger trying to make his way back forward as he goes by Logan York, who got a top 10 in the truck race yesterday. Levi McIntyre top 15. We got Matthew Rodriguez. Priya McShane making her 4th start on the season. She's got to get something good going if she wants to get out of the bottom 5 drivers in the point standings. You got Peter Onjak, Alex Ferrani, Jonathan Sorlin struggling here early. Amanda Evans, Kev Shearer, Edwin Justice, Ace Rogers, Quinton Moore, Kukulon. Kukulon we've seen struggle early pretty much every race, and then he seems to get something going, and then he ends up finishing much better. Kukulon has yet to get a top 10 on the season, but he's 18th in the points. His average starting position is 29.29. His average finishing position, however, is a 23.71. James Ellison making this race. He's 27th. Shelton came so close to that win at Denver. She's currently having a bad day in 28th. Jesse Turner won the last race at Texas back in the fall. He's running in 30th. As William Brock has fallen from starting in 2nd place all the way back here. So he gets passed by RJ Bishop. Keith Rich has a Truck Series win here. Daniel Bouchard has fallen to the back as well. There's Scott Roush. Lane Sanders, Sam Young, Carabell, Osmain Hamid, our Daytona winner. Adam Flickinger, and Foster Henderson. Seth Cole is looking for 4th place on Nico Tringali. And Allison Rain might just follow him past for 5th, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
We saw yesterday, Zach, with Deanna Jones fall back like a rock. Seems to be set for Brock. As you see, another thing we have to keep an eye on is Hamid, right? He's trying to stay at top 25 in points. That'll be down the road. I'm looking at a couple people so far. Zach, Charles Stanford has kept the lead, but not for long. Here comes Rich.
Battle for the lead on lap 12, coming to lap 13. How fitting. That's how many wins Rich currently has and how many wins he could have if he wins this race.
Fitzy.
Fitzy's going to look now for second place, but Charles gets the bite in on entry. We're 12 laps into the run, and we've already got about a second plus a fall off. And these Cup cars, man, fresher tires is the way to go for sure. So Rain is making the peak on Seth Cole for fourth. So top 10's all pretty close right now until you get back to Colt Hudson in 10th. Who is losing about a 10th a lap, as Deaver's going to look now for 10th place. Zach Flickinger's going to get shoved up the track by Nate Rogers. And then there's a huge gap back to Logan York, then back to Levi McIntyre. So there's the real split in competitiveness right now, Vince. We could be seeing something similar to Vegas. Vegas was a very short race. But, you know, the top 14 have really spaced out from the rest of the field. Especially the top 9, as Deaver will take 10th place away from Colt Hudson. And Deaver's another guy we haven't seen win in a while. His last win coming in 2019. And Deaver's got 5 career wins. He got 3 wins in 2018, his rookie season, and then 2 wins in 2019. Didn't get a win at all last year. Could he be the next winless Trout we see get erased?
Would not surprise me. Deaver is hungrier than most people in this field with that winless streak. We'll see. It's interesting where track position matters at a place like this. Might have to look at next week. We can see some interesting things on pit road. I think the undercut, with the, like you said, with these Cup cars becoming more of a earlier run approach. That 2 or 3 laps underneath, that could be big.
Starting to see a bit of a gap between Tringali and Oskin form. It's about holding the same. And meanwhile, it's just Andrew Rich out front. Charles in second and Fitzy in third. Rain's right there on the bumper of Seth Cole, like she's trying to maybe find the way to make a move. Seth Cole gets put to the top side. He could fall all the way down to 10th. As there is a gap there between Deaver and Nate Rogers, as now Hudson falls to 13th, and he is starting to lose distance on Zach Flickinger. Peter Onchak has found himself into 15th. Priya McShane 16th. And put Sebastian Kukulon and Jonathan Zorlin inside the top 20. Zorlin, out of everybody that's at the top 10, Zorlin's the one guy you would expect in the top 10 that isn't there. Along with probably Nate Rogers, who's in 11th. As look at the move by Kukulon there on Levi McIntyre. So Kukulon and Zorlin, 2 Chevrolets, starting to make their way forward as the run progresses. Jesse Turner as well, he's starting to move up. He's up into the top 25. And it looks like the rookies, Vince, are really struggling here. Or the rookies that don't have any experience, rather. You see Bouchard, Logan Williams. But, I mean, guys like RJ Bishop, Jessica Shelton, Sam Young, those with experience still struggling. And, man, William Brock, man, they really nailed it on the head for qualifying. And they really missed it on the race setup. He is all the way down to 37th now, I believe. Scott Roush has not been able to make any headway in 38th. You talked about Osmain Hamid, Vince. He's running in 40th right now. Adam Flickinger has made it up to 39th. But Hamid comes into this race 23rd in the points. Only 18 points ahead of Matthew Rodriguez for 26th, who's 26th in the points. And then if you go a little further down, another 18 points is 31st in the points of Sam Young. Gotta be careful. You do not want to fall out of the top 30 because then that's when the challenge really begins.
Right, and especially for me, a 500 win, potentially here in 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 more bad runs, you got to qualify your way in. It's not guaranteed. That could be your playoff hopes down the drain.
Cole Deaver has made it up to 8th place. Nate Rogers 9th. Zach Flickinger 10th as Dylan Young and Alexander Rowe find themselves outside of the top 10. So we haven't talked about the point standings yet today. The top of the point standings is Deaver's going to make a move on Oskin for 7th. Man, Deaver might be the late mover here, Vince. But to the point standings real quick, Allison Rain comes in with a 17-point lead over Charles Sanford, 33 over Seth Cole, 52 over Samet Oskin, and 66 over Dylan Young. 70 back is Fitzwater, 78 Sorlin, 81 Shelton, 95 back is Alexander Rowe, and finaling out the top 10, 122 points back is Nico Tringali. Highest driver who's missed a race, Zach Flickinger, 17th in the point standings. Highest driver to miss 2 races, Foster Henderson, 28th in the point standings. And then missing 3 races, Kev Shearer in 30th. Tringali will lose 6th place to Deaver. Now Oskin, Nate Rogers, Flickinger, they're all right there to challenge. As the 14 of Alexander Rowe is on pit road, and he has lost the engine. And that is a tough break for Rowe. It did not bring out the caution, so we remain green, but that's going to probably plop Rowe potentially outside the top 10 in points after this thing.
Yeah, as we saw that last year, actually, the second race, I remember someone blew up with the 21 car, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
No caution came out yet.
That was Austin Colano who lost the motor. So that's going to give a spot to Hamid. That's a valuable point for him right now. But right now, it looks like Deaver's the only one moving forward. Let's see, 31.8 last time by to a 32.0. Everyone else at the front pretty much running the same lap times. But man, look at Cole Deaver. He is flying right now. His fall-off has reached the 3-second mark. Zach Flickinger, Nate Rogers also on the move. Tringali down to 10th. Hudson has just kind of maintained there in 12th, as has Logan York in 13th, as Sorlin has made his way up to 14th, Vince. Seeing the movers, Quinton Moore, 18th, Kukulon, 17th. Keith Rich up to 20th, Jesse Turner, 21st. And then back here, everyone's kind of just been staying around. McIntyre was top 15 earlier. He's down to 27th. Cara Bell's been inching her way forward through the rookies. She's up to 32nd now, I believe, passing Jessica Shelton. Just see how slow they go into turn 3, Vince. 150 miles an hour for Foster Henderson. They're only running 32 5s and 6s back here as rookies. Andrew Rich is leading the field running 32 2s. So we're coming up on that pit window, Vince. What do you think?
This is interesting. I think the undercut might work here, like you said, the earlier the run. Now, what do you do if you're Rich and Stanford? I mean, you guys have a little bit of a breakaway, as you see Deaver try to go underneath Rain. Do you come in at lap 32, 33 maybe, or do you take a little bit off the table? We've seen some wacky pit calls, too. I don't know. This series has been notorious for that this year. We'll see. I don't know what to say, because we could see somebody pull a random long cut, overcut. Who knows?
I just want to say Allison Rain made it by Seth Cole, and Cole Deaver followed her by. So put Cole Deaver up to 5th. Rain up to 4th. Oskin holding on to 7th. Zach Flickinger 8th. Nate Rogers 9th. And Tringali with a bumper full of Dylan Young, who's in 10th. As Sorlin has made it by Logan York for 13th. 32.5. Sorlin really on the charge now with the tire wear in full effect. We've seen drivers stretch at 35 laps before, but if you pit at lap 32, lap 33, that's where things get crazy, because you've got drivers running 4 seconds of a lap faster, and it's a lot of time gained in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like, you're just going about 25 miles an hour faster. That's where things get really dangerous. Andrew's kind of gapping Charles Sanford here a little bit each lap, but the 23 and the 03 have pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field. See, everyone just kind of holding their own here as Keith Rich is looking for 18th on Priya McShane. We're just really seeing the veterans starting to make their way forward here at the end of this run, Vince.
Yeah, it's a veteran-laced deal at the end of the day. The rookies just don't have that experience, especially at a place like this with tire wear. You got to have the feel for the bumps. There's not many, but feel for the bumps, feel for the stops in the way, the bump stops in the corners. Got no. Oh, here we go. A little strategy, a little undercut.
Lap 31, Andrew Rich, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the first two down the pit road.
Question is, Zach, is that a three-stopper? That's going to be the question.
I was just looking at fastest lap time, and Cole Deaver was at the top of the board. Now, they can stretch at 35 if they really want to, so the question will be, if they can make it to lap 67 from here, they'll make it on the two-stop, but if they can't, they probably will have to pit a third time, as Charles Sanford will lead Allison Rain in. And after what we saw in the Truck Series race, you kind of want to watch to see if anyone makes a late move to pit road when they shouldn't be.
Everybody's mind their P's and Q's. Maybe the spacing, Zach. I think it's just the spacing, the way these Cup cars space. There's really no threat of that, but we'll see.
So right now it looks like Oskin, Tringali, and Zorlin have the best chance of making it on a two-stop. Now remember, if we get a caution, all this goes out the window. Peter Onjak is going to make it. Oh, he's not going to make the cone. That's going to be a penalty for Onjak. That's a tough break for him. He tried turning, but he just had no grip. A lot of people stretch it to lap 33, Vince.
Yeah, that's good. I think they can make that on a two-stop. They should be able to pit around lap 67, 68 if they wanted to go further, but that's a two-stopper. I think 31 might be a question, though. Fitzwater to Rich.
Oh, that's going to kill Peter Onjak's day. He was running in 15th place. And that is a costly penalty for him. Onjak came into this race 24th in the point standings. That could bump him out of the top 30 depending how things go. There you see Oskin coming out of pit road, and you're just going to see drivers just like super gap now. All right, so let's see where Oskin came out. Looks like he's going to come out right in front of Zach Flickinger and Dylan Young. So him and Tringali are the highest running drivers on the third group. And Oskin is in 9th place, 17.5 seconds behind. Oh, Matthew Rodriguez had yet to pit.
Whoa.
Where's the 71? Okay, Matthew Rodriguez stretched it to lap 34 and just came down pit road. So Matthew Rodriguez with the freshest set of tires and a little bit of strategy. He's going to fall to almost last place because of it. But it's the Andrew Rich, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. show top two right now. So those were the two drivers who undercut. Charles Sanford in third, highest of the second group. And Oskin in 8th, highest of the third group. So Sanford 3rd, Rain 4th, Seth Cole 5th, Deaver 6th, Nate Rogers 7th, Samet Oskin 8th, Zach Flickinger 9th, and Dylan Young the top 10. Nico Tringali 11th, Quinton Moore 12th, Jesse Turner up to 13th place, Colt Hudson 14th, Logan York 15th, Sorlin 16th. He stretched it to the third stop. We should see Zorlin move forward pretty good. Ace Rogers 17th, Kugelon 18th, Kev Shearer 19th, Ellison 20th. Edwin Justice, Samuel Dyer, Keith Rich, Alex Ferrani, Sam Young, top 25, Priya McShane, RJ Bishop, Levi McIntyre, Carabelle, Scott Roush, top 30. Daniel Bouchard, Amanda Evans, Logan Williams, Adam Flickinger, Jessica Shelton, top 35. Foster Henderson, Lane Sanders, William Brock, Matthew Rodriguez, Osmain Hamid, the top 40. Alexander Rowe out of the race with an ignition failure earlier on. And Peter Onjak a lap down due to a penalty, as Zachary Fitzwater Sr. will take the lead here on lap 39.
It's had that same undercut strategy. Seemed to get the draft lap and took it early in the run. We talk about early in the run being the key part to make a pass. Now the question is, can Sanford and I think Ray might be a little quicker pass?
Rain just drove by Charles Sanford for third. Samet Oskin has not been really making any headway just yet on those tires. But, you know, this is the big run, right? So if you can make it to 66, 67, Pitt coming to 67, 68, you are likely good to go. Like, very, very, very likely you are good to go from that lap. But if you pit, I'd say anywhere from 64 to 65 or earlier, you are probably not going to make it on fuel. And honestly, that's the big question mark for the drivers in Group 1 and Group 2, is can they make it to lap 66? Because if this thing goes green, and they can't, Samet Oskin looking pretty good there in 8th place. Matthew Rodriguez, I mean, he is, compared to Oskin, who's in 8th, Matt Rod is a full 19 seconds behind him in 39th. But he's got the freshest tires. You see right there, 29.9. Andrew Rich already running slower, 30.0. But as, you know, Fitzy and Andrew are just kind of taking the lead back and forth here. But, you know, Matt Rod doesn't really have draft right now. He might be saving more fuel again. And he's also a fresh rookie, so he doesn't really have that experience. Excuse me. Man, Vince, they're just going back and forth here, Vince.
Yeah, it's like a gladiator fighting, man. Seems like Fitzwater and Rich. They got to settle it up, though. God forbid rain or... Yeah, it's going to need rain's close to the gap here.
That was about a 4/10 gain that lap by. Rain has really come alive here in this run. I thought Cole Deaver might have had something. Sorlin's actually got the fastest lap on the board at 29.038. Oskin's starting to close the gap there in 8th place. There you see Onjak, who's a lap down, as Sorlin is looking for 13th on Quinton Moore. Looks like Sorlin could continue the charge here at Texas. Sorlin comes into this race 7th in the point standings, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s on the year. I want to talk about statistics here real quick. 7 races into the season, Rain with 3 wins, 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s. Rain is the only driver with 5 top 5s. She's looking to be the only one with 6 top 5s if she can finish in the top 5 here today. As Sorlin is going to look for 12th place on Jesse Turner. Turner having a pretty good run. He comes into this race 21st in the points with just the top 10 on the year so far. But as I was saying, Rain only driver with 5 top 5s. Charles Sanford and Seth Cole, the next 2 with 4 top 5s. Then you look at top 10s. Rain, Sanford, Seth Cole all have 6 top 10s on the season. They're looking to continue that with what would be their 7th top 10 today. 5 top 10s on the year. Samet Oskin, Dylan Young, Fitzwater, and Sorlin. And all of those but Sorlin looking to get a top 10 again here today. Sorlin, though, right there behind Zach Flickinger for what would be 11th. And then there's Dylan Young in 10th. Nate Rogers has got up to the back bumper of Cole Deaver. This is a race for 6th place. As Rain has closed the gap some more. Now it looks like Fitzwater is starting to inch away from Andrew Rich, as they're about to catch the first real lap car in the form of Osmain Hamid, but Hamid is running about the same lap times as them. Oh, up ahead, though, the undercutters from earlier, Scott Roush, Shelton, Carabell, they're all running very slow as Matthew Rodriguez is starting to make some headway, Vince.
He might be the outlier in this group. I like that strategy. You're not going to win the race with 30th place speed. Why not try something a little bit unconventional? We've talked about unconventional all season on pit road and these crew chiefs. Maybe that's what they were thinking.
And it looks like the 6 and the 84 are definitely going to be our first real lap cars here, as Fitzwater is just kind of gapping Andrew Rich. Maybe Rich is starting to go in the fuel-saving mode here. Potentially crew chief over the year saying, hey, we're about to be 20 laps into this run. You got to start saving me fuel if we want to make it on a 2-stop.
Problem is, where's Rain? That could be a battle for the win if Fitzwater runs out, and Rain's closing, man. This is going to be close.
Rain closed that lap a 30.627 to a 8.33, but the lap before she had actually lost some time. Charles Sanford's just kind of minding his own business in fourth. Same with Seth Cole fifth. As Oskin, Tringali, they're starting to close the gap too. The Sorlin's the one really closing it from 12th. Man, Vince, you really haven't had a lot to say in this race, I'll tell you what.
No, I have not had a lot. It seems like this race has just been single file. The strategy is kind of is as it is. There's not really much to say other than Fitzwater lapping Roush. I mean, this is one of those races, man. We just got to kind of soak it in. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes. Fitzwater's favorite thing, lap cars. He loves passing lap traffic. Definitely 100% sarcasm with that statement. But dealing with Daytona winner Osmain Hamid right now, as Fitzwater's looking to do what Allison Rain did and go back-to-back here in the Digital Storm Cup Series. So if Fitzwater and Andrew Rich don't stretch it, they'd pit about lap 62, which means they would probably not make it. I think we've seen drivers stretch it 36 laps before, but I don't think we've seen more than that. I mean, tire wear over the years has made it more possible to stretch it longer on the runs. Because, you know, the slower you're going, the more fuel you're saving. But right now, Fitzwater's going to lose a good chunk of his lead because he can't seem to find the way by Osmain Hamid.
Same's going to be set for Rich, though. He's trying to get around Roush, and nothing's happening. Where's Rain? Rain has closed it down to less than 2 seconds. Now here comes Rich.
Samet Oskin's got his gap down to 7 seconds. But if you look at the gap from Oskin to Matthew Rodriguez, that gap has increased from 18 seconds to 30 seconds, despite Matt Rod being on fresher tires. I feel like that is the experience talking, as well as Matt Rod being in traffic of his own.
Allison Rain's coming, man. So, and it looks like Rich, did he get around? He still can't get around Roush.
And man, I'll tell you what, Rain has closed the gap, but Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, the rest, they have not been closing at all. So I'm not sure if it's a bad setup adjustment, or, you know, strategy saving fuel. But Rich will finally get by Roush, but Rain's going to get by him in no time at all.
Carabell up there.
And now Rich gets checked up by Carabell, and I think that's going to do it right there. Let's see, does Rain make the move? No, not quite. You know, this next pit strategy window is going to be big, Vince, because I feel like we're going to have a lot more groups, and that's usually when problems can arise because, you know, you come out of pit road and you're 4 seconds faster than somebody, and you go to throw it in the corner, like we saw at Provo with Dylan Young. You throw it into the corner. There were no cautions at Provo's because we don't do cautions on road courses, but if you wreck somebody here on fresher tires, it's going to really jack up the strategy because that caution flag will fly.
Well, got to watch pit road, too. We saw it on Jack that first cycle. If cars are in packs, it seems to where the pit road problems arise.
And man, Onjak had just missed it too. He probably should have just gone another lap with Matthew Rodriguez. He would have been in a really good spot. But instead, Onjak a lap down. Seth Cola has gotten to the back of Charles Sanford, but you just can't seem to make a move in turn one. As here comes Samet Oskin. Close the gap up to Nate Rogers, who's in 7th. As Sorlin is starting to close the gap on Dylan Young for 10th. Turner has gotten by Zach Flickinger, so he'll hold on to 12th. So Flickinger goes from 11th to 13th. Quinton Moore 14th. Kukulon 15th. Kev Shearer 16th. Logan York, Colt Hudson, Ace Rogers, Keith Rich. That's the top 20. So you just kind of go through the rest of the field here really quickly. Adam Flickinger's up to 30th. Being near last beforehand.
There's William Brock, man. Outside pole sitter.
And a lap down he goes. Tough day for William Brock in Toyota. I believe the highest running Toyota right now is Logan York in 17th place. We're coming up on that pit window. Vincent Andrew Rich has fallen 1.76 seconds behind Zachary Fitzwater Sr. And we're going to enter the window here for the 3-stop strategy. Now Fitzwater's in a lap car sandwich. And man, just think, Matt Rod's got 4 lap fresher tires than Fitzwater, and you know, he's just not able to make as good as use of them as maybe Fitzwater would have been.
4 lap fresher tires but 4 years of experience plus for Fitzwater. I think that's the problem.
I think you're right, and I think Fitzwater is coming early, so he could not stretch it.
Ooh.
Oh, and Samuel Dyer's coming with him. There's Andrew Rich to pit road.
This might be a 3-stopper for Fitzy. Oh, and he's checked up.
He got checked up by the lap car of Samuel Dyer. Quentin Moore's going to come down pit road. So a bit of a strategy change there for the 89 team.
Evans Gardner splitting, maybe.
Keith Rich coming in. So some teams changing their strategies here. As Rain inherits the lead, she'll pit. Oskin will stay out as expected, as Charles Sanford, Cole Deaver, Nate Rogers. We saw Tringali, Sorlin stay out. Those were the 3 that stayed out before. Seth Cole, Zach Flickinger are going to stay out this time as well. So far, none of these guys can make it on fuel vents. We said the magic.
What about him?
We said the magic lap was 65 coming to 66. That you could really stretch it. Matt Rod's still on the track. Oskin stays out another lap. Tringali, though, will come in. Sorlin will stay out another lap. There's Fitzwater. Fitzwater and Andrew Rich with the freshest tires on the racetrack. Kev Shearer's staying out. Kukulon's going to come in. Bishop's going to come in. A lot of people still stretching it. Matthew Rodriguez still stretching it. Oskin's got to come down 64 to 65. That would be 37 to go, so I don't think he can make it from here. Sorlin stayed out.
Oh, here we go.
Kev Shearer will come to pit road. I believe Logan York has stayed out there as well. Oh, this is dicey. Oh, Ferranti.
That 48, man.
Oh, lordy.
Good lord. Oh. Okay.
As Kev comes to pit road. Sorlin's still staying out, and he holds up Andrew Rich.
Oh, my goodness. Rich must be throwing that middle finger out there, Zach. He can't believe it.
Now, did Logan York stay out too?
I think so. He's way back there.
Yeah, there he is. There's the 95. The 41 of Priya McShane stayed out again. Look at the tire difference there. Sam Young, James Ellison.
They're going to make it on 2 stops, I think, Zach. The problem
Matthew
is
Rodriguez, Daniel Bouchard, Osmain Hamid. They have all stayed out.
God, slow, though. That's the problem.
Sorlin to pit road. Logan York to pit road. They made it to lap 66. Priya McShane. Sam Young's going to go another lap. He couldn't get to pit road. Matthew Rodriguez is staying out, too. Osmain Hamid stays out. I think they're looking for a caution here, Vince.
They're losing, let's just say, in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 seconds or more. There's rain.
Oh,
Look at rain.
Seth Cole got held up a ton. Oh, Sam Young's trying to get to pit road, and it's getting really dicey.
Oh, man, I thought that was the caution we needed right there.
Oh, Matthew Rodriguez can't get to pit road. He had people to his right side. Oh, there's the wreck! Nate Rogers!
And it's coming down.
I don't know if he was trying to pit or what he was doing,
Is that a
but
caution?
that is a caution.
That
Where
changes everything, buddy.
Fitzwater made it to the lead, though. Fitzwater had made it all the way back around to the lead.
With Matt Rod.
Over Matt Rod. Osman Hamid, the pit road, has back end damage. I think that's what caused it. Ferranti had come in. Tringali's on pit road. Sam Young.
We got cars racing to the caution. What in oh, good Lord, watch the pace car.
Oh, man.
Now, do you got to take tires if you're Fitzy and these guys? What's the deal here? Do you, oh, boy.
They couldn't make it before. I would hope they're going to pit. Because if they don't pit, they still can't make it. Yep, Fitzy's coming in.
Fitzy, Rain's coming in. I think this is it. Dude, I think the people who stayed out might be playing good here. They might be, oh, boy. This might have turned the whole thing.
This was the strategy saver for everybody who was not going to make it on fuel. Matthew Rodriguez, man, he had not yet come to pit road. He's going to be in the top 10. Charles Sanford, Austin Turner. Pretty much everybody who had undercut got saved here as they're sorting out the order behind them.
Jesse Turner, he won here last season, the finale.
And it looks like, yeah, they're taking 4 tires. Dylan Young, oh, that hurt. Sorlin had already pit, and he's good on fuel, so he is not coming to pit road, but I don't think that's going to work out with all these drivers coming in for tires.
Nah.
Oh, man. Well, let's take a look and see what brought out the caution here today at Texas. Looking at what brought out the caution for the first time in today's race, and it's going to be Hamid. He's been staying out so long. He's hitting the brakes. He's trying to turn down. It gets really hard to turn the car down on tire wear, but Nate Rogers has no idea. Nate's like, dude, what are you doing? You're still on the track. Boom!
Oof.
And Nate Rogers goes up. And then I guess Nate goes right into Charles Sanford. I guess Nate had decided that once he destroyed Hamid, he was going to go straight to pit road. That gave Sanford damage.
He's going to turn down the grass here.
He gets out of the way. It's a good thing he did that, but man, oh man, oh man. Carabelle got damage from something too. Let's see if we can figure out what that was. Well, there's the damage there. Was this under caution, perhaps? See if we can find where Carabelle gets her damage. Oh, right into Lane Sanders. Not sure why. Oh, I think it was because she was on pit road when the caution came out, so she was trying to race back. She was still trying to race back, and she just slammed into Lane Sanders. Oh, she had position on Dylan Young because she hit the stripe on pit road. That's what happened there. Or she came out of pit road. Something going on there, but
Right there. Yeah.
that gave Lane Sanders back end damage and gave her front end damage. And she has elected not to pit. We'll see if she pits or not, but let's get you guys to the race restart. Actually, you know what? Let's do an onboard of Nate Rogers, because that's probably a crazy sight. On board with Nate Rogers. That's a tough break for his day. Getting ready to go back racing. So looking at what brought out the caution. We're going to have 29 laps to go. The drivers that stayed out because they can make it on fuel. Oh, that is ultimately going to hurt Jonathan Zorlin, who has the race lead. So you've got Logan York, Priya McShane, James Ellison, Sam Young, and Cara Bell on the tail end, or in the very end of the lead lap here. A lot of people on the inside line who are a lap down that they have just pit as well. So Zorlin not looking good because he's got the oldest tires out of the leaders. Fitzwater second, Rain third, Oskin fourth, Matthew Rodriguez with the strategy call of the day in fifth, Andrew Rich sixth, Oskin seventh, Deaver eighth, Turner ninth, and Quinton Moore 10th. We've got a total of 20 drivers on the lead lap. And things are about to get crazy.
We reckon yet, Zach, because I don't know. This is not looking really orderly. It's going to hop on that inside line might be key.
I think whoever can get to the bottom here might be looking good. Cara Bell's got a lot of damage.
There's rain.
I'm not sure why she stayed out. Oh, she's holding up the bottom, though. Is she? No. Sorlin's going to check up.
Oh, my God.
And to the race lead goes Allison Rain.
Fitzwater is going to be livid over the radio again, man. 2 weeks in a row, something happens.
Oh, not two weeks in a row. The last thing something happened to him was Miller Motorsports Park. He won at Denver last race. I think the recording ahead is getting to Vince. Seth Cole gonna maybe move up to second. Fitzwater's gotten it down to the inside in third. And look at Matthew Rodriguez up here.
Dude, can this be a stunner? Matt Rod with a win? That'd be insane.
Matt Rod almost got second at Daytona, but he pit coming to the white flag, so he did not get a top 10 or top 5. He's 26th in the points.
Zorlin's hanging in, Zach. I gotta say, he's hanging in pretty well. Probably be worse.
Oh, Foster Henderson's gonna push Cara Bell to the top. That's gonna really hurt Jonathan Zorlin. Zorlin, man, look at Zorlin on the top, but up there it all goes. If you want to get Rain out of the lead pack, the right time is now. Seth Cole, all he's got to do is make a move to the inside, and Rain will lose a ton of time as Zorlin moves to the inside of Cara Bell. And there it is. Seth Cole did it. He put Allison Rain to the top.
Question is now, can he get around Foster Henderson? I think he will, and that's the lead.
Seth Cole and Fitzwater, 1-2. Can Matt Rod get anything here on Rain for third? It looks like Matt Rod's experience is starting to come into play. He's getting tight earlier than the rest of these guys. And Rain's going to get back to the inside line for third. Seth Cole will look.
Nate Rogers.
Nate Rogers without a front end from the accident. Tough break for his day, as Nate has yet to get a top 5 on the season. Seeing a bit of a breakaway here. It looks like the top 6 is starting to drive away. Seth Cole, Fitzwater, Rain, Matt Rod, Andrew Rich, Jonathan Zorlin. As Oskin and others stuck behind lap traffic. Oskin 7th, Quinton Moore 8th, Charles Sanford in 9th. And I believe now Dylan Young in 10th over Cole Deaver, as Jesse Turner has gotten stuck behind Cara Bell. How about Kev Shearer, Vince? Needed this run after getting top 30 in points at Denver. And now, man, he is looking at another very good finish here today. As Turner gets really hurt there by Cara Bell. Kara's just like, she didn't come down to fix any of that damage, so she is really off pace. And you see Amanda Evans at the back of this pack is actually in 20th place. Osman Hamid has no back end, and he is leading the field without those tires.
Jesus. There's Seth Cole, though, underneath James Ellison. What does Fitzy do, man? This is the perfect time to strike. I mean, does he make the move here, or he's getting closer?
I really feel like right now Matt Rod's only keeping up because of draft. If Andrew Rich or Zorlin had anything, they should make a move to the inside, because these top 3 are going to start driving away.
Ooh, Fitzy's close, man. Here, oh, he's close. He's peeking.
Oh, look at that move by Seth Cole to the bottom.
A lap car and Priya McShane up front.
Seth Cole would be looking for his first win on the year. If you can get it done today, it would be his 11th career win. Seth has won a race in every Digital Storm Cup Series season. The only other driver who's done that is Jonathan Zorlin. And Zorlin, as we mentioned, stayed out under caution, so he is starting to fall back.
Lane Sanders now up ahead, a little Storthaus Racing Brigade of lappers.
And Lane is 24th, McShane 25th. See Sam Young 23rd, Logan York 22nd, Hamid 21st. They're all racing for those positions. Ferranti is actually 4 laps down after he got that commitment line violation. And they're kind of just running right behind the lap cars. As look at this, Matt Rod and Andrew Rich have gotten back up. Rain's going to make a move towards the top. Is that the bad decision, though? She's about even here with Fitzwater. Ooh, Fitzwater peeking on Seth Cole.
Rain's in the marbles. Rain might have to run.
Oh, McShane's going to get moved up. Right in front of Allison Rain. And
Dude,
there's
Matt
the
Rod's got a
checkup.
shot.
Matt Rod to 3rd. Can Andrew Rich get up to 4th?
Oh, Matt Rod got tight, though. You're right.
Oh,
He's
Rain's getting a
tight.
big run. If Rain can clear Matt Rod, she might get back down for 3rd. But Priya's in the way. If Rain's not careful, she'll lose 5th place to Zorlin here. Oh, there's the check. Ooh, 3 wide on the front straightaway.
Gotta give Zorlin credit with those tires, man. He's hanging in there.
Looking at the rest of the top 10, Oskin 7th, Quinton Moore 8th, Dylan Young 9th, and Deaver 10th, as Rain will hold off Zorlin for 5th.
Fitz and Cole are stuck. But Sanders, watch out.
Seth Cole, man, he gets right to the very back bumper, and then he makes a move.
Fitzwater, a good exit. Oh, Rod's up the
Oh,
hill.
and Andrew Rich has left Matthew Rodriguez. And that's going to send Matthew Rodriguez to the back. I think Andrew Rich finally had enough. He's like, if I want a chance at winning this race, I got to get by the 71. And still be hitting 15 to go, this time at the stripe. The tire was really starting to come in too, Vince. You just got to think, you know, eventually it's going to start to get really hard to get runs and make passes.
Might be it. Whoever gets past these lappers might do it. I don't know.
Look at Rich. Ooh, Rich running a bit of a higher line in 1 and 2. If he can get a run on Fitzwater, that's going to help him in turn 3.
Oh, here, well.
Seth Cole's going to make a move on Ferranti. Does Rich do something? He does.
Oh, man, but Sam Young cockblocks it.
Sam Young was making a move on Logan York. Oh, this is really going to hurt Fitzwater. Oh, he tried getting to the inside of Ferranti, but he couldn't do it. Man, Rain
Look
fell
at
back
Rain.
a lot. Now it's a Seth Cole, Andrew Rich 1-2. Here comes Rain. They got by York and Ferranti. They've got Sam Young and Hamid left, and then it's going to be down to the leaders.
Fitzwater and Rain are still in this, Zach. I don't count them out because we still have Hamid up there, and that's keeping everyone close. Even Matt Rod still back there. He's still trying to get top 5.
Matt Rod down to 6th behind Zorlin, who gets up to 5th. Sam Young's going to be the one to make the first move on Osmain Hamid.
Who's going to peek to the outside? Who's going to go inside? It's just...
It looks like Sam Young's going to lead him by. Fitzwater's going to make a move on Andrew Rich.
There's the move. I think that's a good move because me might be to the outside. It's not going to be good for Rich.
Rich is going to lose a few spots from this. Hamid's going to really fall back. Oh, and Rich can't get to the inside just yet.
Fitzwater.
Fitzwater looking to the inside for Seth Cole on the lead.
If he can get to Sam Young up, if Sam Young pulls up, this might be the win.
Andrew Rich got right back to the bottom with a huge run on Allison Rain. And Fitzwater will make it to the inside of Sam Young. Can Seth Cole get back down?
Might check up.
No, Rain's going to get there.
It'll check up just a little bit. That's going to be Rain and Rich up to 2nd and 3rd if all goes well.
Rain and Seth Cole fighting for 2nd as Fitzwater's got clean air and is starting to drive away.
No recording here ahead of this time, Zach. I remember last week it was a 1-2 Fitzwater rain. Could it be a double? This could be a proper double.
No. Jessica Shelton. I thought did Jessica Shelton get second, or was it Rain by a Nose?
Rain by a nose on the apron. I remember.
Ah, you're right. 2 races in a row. It could be a Fitzy Rain 1-2. Rain gets by Sam Young. Rich will get by. Seth Cole falls to 4th. Sorlin
You gotta give
5th.
credit to Zorlin, man. He really did hang in.
The tire difference wasn't that much, but it's there as Matt Rod's going to make a peak for 5th. Matt Rod's looking for that first career top 5 and top 10. As Austin's closing in from 7th. You got Quinton Moore in 8th. Is someone pitting? They made the move up the track as if someone was pitting, but no one went to pit road.
That was bizarre.
Very strange. Yes, indeed. No one's on pit road.
We think they can make it all the way. Like, if you're watching this, we think they can make it. So there should be no reason anybody should be going pit road. Oh, we got a car pin, Zach.
Oh, Sorlin! Sorlin just pit.
Uh-oh, that changes everything. He was only about a lap ahead of the guys who came out 69 or 70.
Oh, and we thought he could make it because of how long he stretched it. Did the caution mess up their strategy, perhaps?
Now what about the rest? I mean, oh boy, now it's getting good.
He's going to take 4 tires. I don't know if anyone else is going to come to pit road. I would think everyone else can make it. Fitzwater's leading, though. Allison Rain's 2nd is actually losing time. Andrew Rich 3rd. Seth Cole falling back in 4th. As Matt Rod now has got 5th place under lock. Oskin might have something to say about it, though. And we can confirm that was a necessary pit stop for Sorlin. That's going to drop him down to 23rd place. Make it longer than that. He's going way down the order. He's going to have the freshest tires on the track, Vince, but I don't know how much he can gain in 6 laps. There he is. 37th place. Just want to see how much the difference is. Look at William Brock, 152 miles an hour. Sorlin is flat foot. Look at the difference as Nate Rogers comes to pit road.
That's expected with the damage, we think, but look at this, man. Just drives it like he's got a 7th gear or something.
He's got to check up for Adam Flickinger. He's trying to gain back as many points as he can, Vince. All these guys are a lap down. He's got to check up, though, because these guys are really slow. It's going to be 4 laps to go at the start-finish line. Fitzwater's kind of got it in the bag right now, so we're just kind of watching Sorlin go crazy here.
Matt Rad fell back to 7th. He lost the top 5.
Oh, and Ferranti just came to pit road.
Look at Sorlin, man. He's on another planet.
Zach Flickinger is not for position. Flickinger is in 17th place. So we're going to come 2-3 to go here. Fitzwater still with a 7/10 of a second lead. Oh, and Tringali missed pit road again.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Watch out.
Put Sorlin back in the top 30. So here comes Ferranti. Look at Sorlin. He's just going, bro. He's just going.
He's got 2.5 laps to make as many positions as possible.
Mentioned Tringali pit and missed the commitment line. So that's going to be another 30-second penalty for Tringali.
Jose, we don't want to miss a Fitzwater win like we did in the Truck Series race a couple weeks back. Let's get to that white flag. We'll turn back to him.
Sorlin, it looks like it's gonna, as Wow, Samuel Dyer is in the top 10, but he's about to lose it to Ace Rogers. But, I mean, 8th on up is just gone. Matt Rod in 7th. White flag in the air for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. What a day for Fitzwater. He's one of the strongest cars. Ended up being up there to race with Andrew Rich. And then after getting by the lap traffic, it looks like Fitzwater just had the best car all along here at the end of the race. And Fitzwater is going to go back-to-back. Gets his 6th career win in the Digital Storm Cup Series.
In the Lone Star State.
And just think, out of those 6 career wins, he's got 3 career wins in Jerky Pro. All 3 of his career wins from Jerky Pro on road courses. Out of his 6 career Digital Storm Cup Series wins, not a single road course victory.
That's something. That's something that mind boggles you right there, Zach.
Allison Rain will come home in 2nd. And that's the 2nd race in a row. We got a Fitzwater Rain 1-2 finish. Andrew Rich will come home in 3rd. Seth Cole 4th, Oskin 5th, Quinton Moore 6th, Matthew Rodriguez, first career top 10 in 7th. That strategy really paid off for him. Dylan Young 8th, Cole Deaver 9th, and Jesse Turner rounds out the top 10. Samuel Dyer with a career run in 13th. And Zorlin made it back up to 28th. But if he could have made it on fuel, he was looking really good. Well, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you guys in a week. Rockingham for Jerky Pro, Pocono for the Digital Storm Cup Series. It's been 4 races now since Rain got her 3rd win on the season. Can she go back to victory lane, or will Fitzwater continue his streak, maybe win 3 in a row himself? Or will somebody else visit victory lane at the Tricky Triangle? We're going to find out in a week's time. See you guys then.
I know.